Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. And here's a brand new HALACHA for you, and it's for Thursday, 30th day of August, 19th day of Elul. Here we go. First of all, a reminder that Slichos begins for Ashkenaz people, because the Sfard people already began it at the beginning of the month of Elul, and it begins for Ashkenaz people on Saturday night or Sunday. Either one. Each shul makes its choice to do it late on Saturday night or early on Sunday morning. Now I have an interesting halacha to tell you. You know that every shul needs somebody good to blow the shofar for the entire congregation. Well, let's say you have a very talented bar mitzvah boy, got his bar mitzvah, let's say a couple weeks ago, and he blows the shofar amazingly. He seems to know the laws of shofar well and all that important stuff, and they want to have him blow shofar for the congregation. Guess what? It's a big problem, and I'll tell you why. Um, we know that a boy is called a man when he has his bar mitzvah. I'm smiling because when we call a boy a man at the day of his bar mitzvah, that's because of an assumption, a a Gemara assumption, which says in the name of Rava that we assume that all boys, when they reach age 13, have attained physical manhood, and that's what's necessary to make them a man, is that they reach maturity physically. We won't go into all the details, it's kind of embarrassing, but the boy shows physical maturity in all of his physical attributes, and then he's a man, and then we let him do all the things in front of the shul and everything. But you see, the thing is, we don't do a physical examination, we just assume it. And all bar mitzvah boys are assumed to be a man when they reach the age of 13, and we let them read the Torah, be the chazan, etc. But we don't let them blow the shofar. Why? It's very simple. You see, since it's only an assumption, a rabbinic assumption, so for all rabbinically arranged laws, we will let the boy do those laws. Rabbinically, we need a man to be the chazan for the congregation. So we have our rabbinic assumption, we let the boy be the chazan. Rabbinically speaking, we need someone who's a man to lead the mezuzah, and when a boy's 13, we just make that assumption, and so he could lead the mezuzah, so he could lead benching. Some of you smart might be wondering, wait a minute, but benching is a biblical command. That is true. You're sharp for asking that. But you see, the zimun isn't. Leading and saying Rabbi Sain of Arech, that part is rabbinical, so we let a boy do that. Rabbinically speaking, a boy's fine for reading the Torah and everything. But on straight biblical commands, like blowing the shofar, or like writing a pair of tefillin, or reading Parsha Zachar for the congregation, there we need to have someone who we're positive, not by assumption, positive that he's a man. It doesn't happen to come through a physical examination, just at a certain age, when the rabbi decides it for us, could be 15, 16, 17, 18. At a certain age, we just are positive that the young man is a man, and then we let him read Parsha Zachar, blow the shofar, and do all biblical commands for the congregation. So yes, here's your short explanation or summary of today. Yes, a boy can do all rabbinic things publicly for the congregation when he turns 13, like read the Torah for them or be the chazan. But he can't do biblical commands like blowing the shofar, and so don't have a 13-year-old bar mitzvah boy blow the shofar for you. Interestingly, I'll just tell you that when it was my bar mitzvah a lot of years ago, I was 13 and it was Parsha Zachar. And the shul where I was let me read the Torah for Parsha Zachar, but it's highly debated, and many shuls don't allow it. And so, just teaching you an important law. So yeah, no 13-year-old should be blowing the shofar. No young, just bar mitzvah aged boy should be blowing the shofar for the congregation. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.